good stream. Jolly good. Starting a little bit later than I intended to
so
today,
far.
originally.
In the beginning, Death sought the Crowfather. But what he found was
I wanted
something
to stream.
more.
I was thinking this would be like
A
8
secret
hours. Not going to be
once
that long anymore.
forgotten. A path to another world.
Well, that's a very quick loading screen. Jolly good. Just getting right back into it. I'm trying to recall how long the game is going to be. Because I do want to do basically everything, I think. I want to be quite far, I think. The number which is in my head is 30 hours. I think that's for my more recent playthrough. But my first playthrough of the game was longer because I was stupid. Those are fucking gauntlets, though. I don't like gauntlets. The problem with gauntlets, they're not good against certain enemies because they, like I said, you can only dodge roll at certain points in animations. Generally, claws have really unfavorable dodge frames. Like the dodge animation might seem really generous, but like, it is a necessity of this game. The later game gets really hard. In the later game, even like regular enemies can one-shot you, and that's on normal difficulty. I don't even know what the game's like on fucking apocalyptic or I don't know what the top one was called. I've never played on those difficulties, but I can only imagine. Something lovely about this game, it's very much like other fucking games I've managed. In that, like, after you have to turn to a location many times. As you progress through the story, you get new tools. How many tools in the game? There's the gun, there's Death Grip, then there's portals, and then there's time travel. Spoilers. The time travel only comes into play in the last dungeon. Nowhere else in the game is it used. But portals are used. We actually ran past some portals on the way forward. So everything else is used from the very start of the game. Stone bites we need the gun for. I don't remember if the gun's been used in any... Oh, it absolutely is used in puzzles. It's used in loads of puzzles. Not like the gun itself, more so the gun is used to trigger something else. As a general rule, in the game you want to pick up absolutely everything. There's no reason to not pick something up. Also, just for some reason, Instagram's now taking way longer to process a video clips I post. So I'm now thinking I'm going to calm down on taking clips from now on. You know it looks good anyway. This requires Death Grip. I'll come back to it later. I don't think we can do anything in the Weeping Crag yet. Is that Weeping Crag? No, it's not. Weeping Crag is where Volgrim is.
For a horse.
Hear the stone right there. Oh, Oh, we finally got chest. Something I love about this game is Death Smash. You can look so fucking cool by the end of it. I found a video which I watched about Honkai Star Rail, criticism of Famicom story, which I'm very glad, just because I fucking hated Famicom. But the brainless gacha crowd loved it. Hopefully the Genshin Could Never thing will just fucking end now. These fists are doing as well just because they have fire damage. If they didn't have fire damage, I wouldn't use them. It's unfortunate. So yeah, I do not like using the fist weapons. But of course, later in the game, we'll get weapons with unique mechanics, and fist weapons have some cool mechanics. But because I don't like their weapon type, I never use them. In fact, in general, I never use the unique weapon mechanic weapons. So unfortunately, they're kind of outscaled because their level is set in stone. That is one thing that definitely could be made to a game to make the weapons, those weapons, scale with like your level at the time you get them, or even just permanently, they just level up with you. Because they do become quite redundant once you get good possessed weapons. Which, depending on your luck, may not take them very long at all. I keep referencing luck, but I mean, possessed weapons are reliant on luck to an extent, but actually they're probably mostly, the only luck part is just getting the weapon, I think. The stats are slightly influenced by luck, but to a large extent you get to control the stats. The luck part is just getting the possessed weapon. Of course, there are certain ways to guarantee them, such as boatman coins or later on the Crucible. Pretty sure the Crucible can guarantee you them. Granted, they would take effort, like 20 plus waves. I've always felt like a Darksiders live service could go down well. I mean, it would just be better Destiny, but that's a side quest right there. Like I was saying, I don't get why I don't get why no other games have taken up the kind of possessed weapon system, but I was wrong. There's one game which kind of has, that's Borderlands. Borderlands, I don't think really has the whole sacrifice weapons into it gimmick. It's been a while. But what Borderlands does do is, of course, just give random as fuck perks to everything you get. Which means you can get some wild shit. I love the construct. It's kind of a basic enemy, concept-wise and everything. They work very well for a game. It's only 7 o'clock. Why am I doing? That is not even 7. Now I'm thinking that I would love this game. This is a game which deserves it. There's a lot of things to modernise about the game, which I think go down really well. For example, in general, they could just extend your skill tree. That's one thing which I've always felt, is that all of my playthroughs feel somewhat similar. And that's just because there's not a whole lot of abilities in the skill tree. So I always just go for kind of the same build of teleport slash, unstoppable, Aegis guard, and Reaper. But also that's partly also just unique, and that being my playstyle. But I do think it's the strongest one. There's a coin somewhere down there. I distinctly remember it being good. Yeah, like with modernization, one thought I just had, like just a couple of seconds ago, there's got to be, yeah, where it is. One thought I just had was, what if teleport slash could be worked into melee combos? That's right, with teleport slash animation is just always the same thing, but what if like it actually added to your melee combo? That'd be so fucking cool. So right there, because that was the final move of combat, what we did special before that. Or have that be a separate move. Always just add more. Obviously, graphics, do some modernization. The stylization is still great, but yeah, there's pretty sure we are at like 30 frames per second now, and it is noticeable. I don't mind it, because I mean, I would play this game so many times. If I hadn't played this game before, I would feeling the frames per second probably would bother me. But because it's my first time, because it's not my first time, I don't care. So teleport slash does not use up any graph if you put anything on your hip. It's another thing which makes it great, because it's not like the fucking ghouls don't consume graph, they don't deal a lot of damage for you. I love fixed camera perspectives. My boots have an XP boost on them. That's the thing, I typically go for XP boosts until very late in the game. Once you do get later in the game, if I remember correctly, you just fucking never level up anymore. It takes ages towards the end of the game. Towards the end of the game, I think you're about level 20. Right now we're already, level 4 or 5. Just to put things in perspective, it does slow down. This is our first dungeon of the game. If I remember correctly, it's very, very short. Oh, look at you, car. Good girl. So I'm pretty sure you can hit multiple enemies with teleport slash if they're close together. But really close together. So it's only supposed to target. There you go, like
the tears be true. A rider has come to the realm.
Not another one.
Tails, I've been
You're
here
the
tonight for
Nephilim,
like 10
the one
minutes.
they call Death. How did you get here?
Took a wrong turn. It appears I'm stranded here with the rest
Death
of
voice
you.
actress.
If you seek the cauldron, you should know that it fell to corruption fair long ago. I can still feel the fire itself rumbling deep in the earth.
I'll take my chances.
Michael Ring. Right, Wikipedia. Oh, I just saw Halo 2. Okay, hold on. Okay. So, filmography. There's a bunch of stuff I don't know. Title shot. Nothing personal. Wild Horse. Ticket to Heaven. Circle of Two. Curtains. The Sicilian. Talk Radio. Suffering Bastards. Bloodhounds of Broadway. Born on 4th of July. The Doors. Robin Hood. Prince of Thieves. 1492, Conquest of Paradise, Romeo is Bleeding, The Three Musketeers, The Crow. Oh, he was in the original Crow. Dead Man, Strange Days, Panther, Basquiat, Dead Girl, Alien Resurrection, Metro, Gunshy, Hidden Agenda, Before Night Falls, Along Came a Spider, The Count of Monte Cristo, Treasure Planet, The Assassination of Richard Nixon, Seraphim Falls, The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, What Just Happened, A Lonely Place to Die, Hitchcock, The Girl from Nagasaki, Grand Street, Knight of Cups, Forsaken, Ghost in the Shell, and Nope. Oh. Television, Earthbound, An American 1976, An American Christmas Carol, The Family Man, The Littlest Hobo, Clown White, Night Heat, Crime Story, The Equalizer, Miami Vice, The Tragedy of Flight 103, The Inside Story, Strangers, The Red Phone, Manhunt, 24, Live Another Day, Westworld, Veni Vidi Vici, okay, Self, The Making of The Three Musketeers, The Making of Long Came Spider-Man, Going for the soundtrack of Allies, Behind the Scenes of Seven Falls, Jack is Back, The Making of Forsaken. Short film, Sketches from Great Goal, The Iceman, The Farewell. Video short, Treasure Planet Read Along DVD, Facts, The Iceman 2012, special facts. Video games, Treasure Planet, Halo 2, The Prophet of Truth. Oh. Fair. I can hear it, yeah. Fuck. I never knew that. Narc? Never heard of that. Infect, Syndicate, Darksiders 2. That's a shame. So his first video game was 2002, then Halo 2 in 2004, then 2005 with Narc, and we did 3 games in 2012, including this one, and that's it. He hasn't done anything since. Come on back, bro. You voiced 2 very iconic characters. I think Death is considered an iconic character. I mean, Death is obviously quite iconic.
Then. Her craft is mighty powerful.
Specifically Darksiders Death, I do think is iconic. I think this game became more well known because the devs went bankrupt.
If your name is any indication.
It's generally like, oh, that's a shame.
If you're headed in there, you mind
Because
doing
of that,
something
people actually
for me?
learn of the
Yes,
series
I mind.
existing.
Aren't I doing enough already?
Perhaps. Though it seems to me you're doing right enough for yourself.
Yeah, but
Or benefit
I feel
being
like
a
the
fortunate
moment you
side
see
effect.
Death's
Well,
face,
if it
you
ain't
know
much
that he's
trouble,
supposed to
I
be
left an old
Death.
metal
You know he's
platter
supposed
in
to be
there.
Grim
With the
Reaper.
image
You
of
know he's
2
supposed to
hammers
be
scribed in the centre.
one
Not
of
much
the
to look
horsemen.
at, but it was my
Really
journey
good characters
piece.
design.
Last
I don't
thing I
know if
ever
there's any like
forged.
particular. I don't know where that
Dish.
mythology
You want me to bring
comes
you
from.
a dish?
Yes, well, it has sentimental value. If you find it, I'll make it worth your while.
You're different than the others. Less pleasant on the eyes, for one.
I could say no less for you. Folks around town call me Pup or Lad, but I prefer my own name. Calm.
Pup it is, then.
As you will. Matters not to me.
Why not restore the fire yourself?
I came here just for that purpose. Figured I'd pop the cork, so to speak. Be the hero. But the cauldron is locked up well and tight, and the way through is swallowed by fire. You look capable enough. Perhaps you can find a way. I'll wait here and guard the entrance.
Find Khan silver platter. I do not remember this quest. It's in the cauldron. Okay. I think I remember that. I think I remember coming across that in my last playthrough, being like, I don't remember this quest, and then just completing it without even realising. Let's just not worry. We'll find it. So I will be thorough. No dungeons require you return later, if I remember correctly. All of the dungeons are either 100% them from the moment you enter. This dungeon's literally like 3 rooms, if I remember correctly. This is our tutorial dungeon. It's kind of funny how, judging by this, the game I played actually got actively less intellectual the more I grew up. By intellectual, I mean puzzle-based. I didn't really mean for that to happen, because I've always fucking loved this game. We just kept having. Right, let's just. I don't need your damn tutorial to play the game for. This thing's yellow. This bomb is yellow. I wonder if... Whoa! Game design. Ooh, execution chance. Alright. Now right there, if we compare that, that's double, more than double the damage. And we now get execution chance. So there you go. That's why you loot shit. We suddenly became way stronger. And look at that, we got an execution. So you can also get it. You can also get perks which give you stats on execution as well. Which so, like for example, I think I used to have a weapon which on execution just gave me it fully restored my health, or gave me like 90% of health back or something on an execution, and it also had lifesteal. So I on one of my playthroughs, I have like a dedicated lifesteal set of size, and I would switch between them in battle. So I'd have like one set which was high execution chance, and I think that was dealing with like mid-tier enemies. It's like the stalkers we fought in the last stream, that kind of enemy. I'd have that. I'd have a weapon meant for dealing with ads like these guys, and I'd have a weapon with lifesteal for these guys. And then I would have a dedicated boss killer weapon. Look, we already got an aesthetic going on. These signs go really good with our... I don't know what you call that, the stuff we have around our pelt. The stuff around our hips. Yeah, this dungeon can be very basic, so we're still in the tutorial phase of the game, but shit does get more complicated. Way more complicated. Some of the latter dungeons are crazy. And like one advantage of modernization that Breath of the Wild does have over this is obviously, well, I mean, first of all, it's a fucking Nintendo game, so they have a way bigger budget to work with compared to a company which went bankrupt over this game. There can be more physics-based puzzles. There are a couple. I think there's one in this dungeon. But more physics-based puzzles in a remake, maybe. Ah, fuck, our first projectile-based enemy. Lovely carnage. Listen to the sound design of this side deck. This has always been one of my all-time favourite sound effects. It's weird to say, but like, is it anything more satisfying? I don't think we are going to get a map, because I think we already kind of have... Never mind, that's... I don't think there's going to be any stone bites here. I'm keeping an eye out, but I don't think there will be, because again, you'd never have to return to a dungeon. We're going to have to get good at fighting stalkers, because they are a big threat later on in the game. Oh, fuck it. Okay, we already have a possessed weapon. Wow. That's crazy. That is wild. I was not expecting that. Sure. So we're just gonna equip this immediately. What do we want on this? Oh my god. Okay. Execution chance would be nice. Fire damage. Oh, okay, we want... Yeah, we want fire damage. These are spare claws, right? Yes, we have 2 sets of claws with fire damage. Okay, great. So yes, give me fire damage. Consume resize. Fuck it, sure. Okay, and then what gets us to the next level? You only get one stat, okay. So this is how it works. It's you feed your items into it, and then based on what you feed into it, it allows you to pick an enhancement. So we can pick defense, just a permanent defense boost, we can get execution chance, or we can get fire damage. 17 defense is actually pretty good, and we do have fire damage on our other weapon, but I want fire damage. Clipped last minute. No, but that's why possessed weapons are fucking crazy. I think you can upgrade them, I think it's 5 or 6 times. I don't remember exactly how it works, but right here you can see there's enough spaces for I think 8 different stats. You can fill out all 8 stat slots. I know that's possible, I've done it before. But yeah, that's the thing for possessed weapons. You want to save up any good weapons you have so you can put them into a possessed weapon. That means in this game, but you need to be very careful like what you sell and what you keep. In general, you would not sell things. Even white basic armor pieces right there give you defense, so you can still use those. Over the execution chance things, I mean we've lost the execution chance now, but we've gained, I think our base damage is the same. And we've gained 5. So I think we do overall have more damage. Of course, the bonus of elemental damage is that elemental damage is consistent, whereas physical damage is has like a gradient. It's based on slightly random. But elemental damage is constant. Also, of course, every time you level up to a possessed weapon, regardless of what stat you increase, or what stats you feed into it, its stats, the stats on it will increase. If you say, if we put defense on, and then we continued feeding it armor, it would then gain more defense as well. Even if we didn't pick. We would then have the option to pick defense when we leveled it up, but we wouldn't have to do that. Defense would gain a buff regardless. So like seriously, you can plan shit out throughout entire playthroughs. I did that before. I held on to like one scythe or something to just create the perfect scythe later on. It's a wonderful system. And like this, it's so crazy when no other game's done it. If I ever get the chance, I will absolutely rip off this system. Ooh, critical chance. As you can see, the damage on that is worse. So we feed it in just immediately. Critical chances. Anything else here have critical chance? So if so, I'd immediately feed it in. Okay. By the time we finish this dungeon, we may be able to upgrade the weapon again. But we're already like halfway there. Not a long time though. Remember the Drench Fort? Or at least I did remember the Drench Fort being really long on my first playthrough, and then subsequent playthroughs it went by so fast. I was dreading it on like my second, and I think also my third playthrough. Then by then I realised, I don't know what it was, I think maybe 8-year-old me didn't like it or something. It was never that bad. Oh, this is a special chest. Special chests give you dog shit loot apparently. As a talisman, it does not appear aesthetically, it only gives raw stats. Despite talismans as far as I recall, being the weakest armor piece, they actually cost the most in general. But we also give the most when sacrificing them to a possessed weapon. Also, if I were to ask for a remake of this game again, I would absolutely have them add in possessed armor pieces as well. I think the possessed item mechanic is just brilliant. Granted, it can totally break the game's balance if you want it to, which is arguably a good thing. I would wager it is a good thing to an extent. I would just say that you can change a game's difficulty. Mid-session. What does it mean mid-session? Oh, that wasn't in mid-session. That didn't mean like mid-playthrough, that said mid-session. If I save and quit, can I increase the difficulty? Because if so, I actually will. Also, I was genuinely considering actually restarting the game on high difficulty last night. Because, I mean, it's only an hour.
The journey so far. In the beginning,
it doesn't
death
seem
sought
like
the
it.
Crowfather. But
Should I
what he
turn
found
difficulty up
was
anyway?
something more. A secret.
But I'm not going to
once
be...
forgotten.
I didn't realise it
A
improved your
path to another
rewards.
world.
But it sounds like it does. Or maybe it just mean trophies. Let's leave it as is for now. Also, of course, we're really early on in the game right now, so we don't have a lot of healing tools and shit. That'd be really anxiety-inducing. So put on hold for now. We'll consider it later. But you can absolutely bend this game over me and just snap it silly. That's great, because it's really fun. Of course, what we want to do is we want to find different elements to put onto our secondary. And once we switch, if we get a new secondary, once we put our current secondary into our current size, then it will increase the fire damage. Love the aesthetic of the corruption in this game. It looks so good. There's nothing else in here. Okay. Yep, I know. I actually love how fast Death moves when carrying or pushing the ball. But as I was saying earlier, I think the game is supposed to be quite like railroaded in terms of puzzles, but there are physics. Like, you can fuck around with a game's physics and find like unintended solutions to certain puzzles. I've done it a couple times before. It's fun. I want a new secondary now I've realised that I can feed it into my size. The shadow bombs upstairs. Right, this I remember this. This is actually slightly tricky. Don't need to cut some game. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. On top of this puzzle, so I have to go fast. Stop it. Stop it.
I should keep moving.
I'm just gonna see Dust is fucking useless, especially in dungeons. All he does is just pose on the nearest perch. Like, quite frankly, Dust doesn't contribute anything really to the game. He's pretty much just an aesthetic. I mean, I'd rather have him here than not, but pretending that he's a guide is just no, is not helpful. Please, secondary weapon.
Can't use that yet.
Oh. I'm debating right now, should they remove those like little cutscenes, like how it cut to this thing once we revealed it? Should they remove those? The thing is, it's part of the game's style actually. It does that quite a lot. At first they do it to handhold you, obviously. But later on, I think it becomes a stylistic choice. Later on in the game, they do not do it to show you what to do, or to show you that interactable that you need has emerged. Later on in the game, they do it just to show you that like the door is opened, to give you the satisfaction of showing you that you've won. There's a platter.
Interesting.
Oh, this is our first boss fight. He's going to bust through the wall. This big fella with like a... not quite a sword. This is not... is this Gorn? 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 Garn. Hello, Garn. Ow. Hello, Garn. I literally jumped into that. keep trying to do combos I don't have unlocked yet. There goes gone. He'll become a regular enemy later on. Dark Avenger. Piercing damage. So that's where he was used very difficult. Dark Avenger is a secondary. Your primary is always but your secondary change. Can't use it yet. Which is supposed to be, for most of these things, you're not supposed to be able to use them the moment you obtain them, but if you get ahead of progression, then actually, by the time you get them, they'll be under-leveled. Right, so here we have piercing damage. 48 plus 11 is 59, 63. So this is slightly stronger, but piercing damage gives us unique damage type. Now there's two ways we could do this right now. We could add this on to this weapon, and then it will have fire damage and piercing damage. Or we can add this in and then strengthen its already existing fire damage. Which I think is what I want to do. So we're going to be level 5 pretty soon. And be able to use that. Also you can name your possessed weapons, which is really cool. As you can see, fire damage is now green. So that means when we feed it in, it will strengthen an already existing stat. We can't quite level it up yet. Things we can throw some reason, but I want to get defense on it in a future level up. Also, I always name these. Always. The thing you can buy for Vulcan for 25 grand, the point of that is that you put into possessed weapon and it basically just instantly opens it up for you. So it saves you having to gather up items, but then you potentially get less stat boosts. So whenever you're, here we are, whenever you're leveling possessed weapon, you want to make sure you put in everything that you can to improve its stats. So I'm pretty sure, like, if we put in another thing which had fire damage, it would increase the fire damage even further. I don't need elf versions. I don't, sir. Oh, well. Look at all those babies. that's our first dungeon. This game is very much dungeon crawler. I don't know if Darksiders 1 was, but this game is entirely dungeon basically. Everything between the dungeons is just an excuse to get you into another dungeon. And then there's boss fights. I'm excited for some of the later boss fights. Ooh, a new fire bunker. So we have a new fire bunker. We're in, so our fire damage is increasing there. We can choose to increase fire damage even further, or we can add on crit chance. I'm adding on crit chance. So there we go, our possessed weapon already is getting a little bit out of hand. And change the stat screen there, we have a 9% crit chance, which is not a lot. The game gives you a DPS estimation, which is really nice. I really like that. That's the thing, this game, despite being like, compared to like Destiny or Warframe, its build crafting is kind of simpler. And by simple, I mean there's just kind of like less stuff for things. There's no skill tree. I say there's no skill trees, but you know what I mean. There's no like stats in a skill tree. It's just abilities. But in Destiny and Warframe and stuff, like there's so many things affecting your gameplay and your stats and shit. Yeah, for its next level, what would we like it to have? We should not go for more crit stats. Strength or defense would be good. Also, you can sacrifice one possessed weapon into another possessed weapon. The problem with doing that is that, again, you can only really carry over one stat at a time, if I remember correctly. So you need to be very careful. But if you play your guards right, you can have... Say, if you have one possessed weapon, and it has fire damage, crit chance on it, and then you have a second one which has fire damage, critical chance, and piercing damage on it, and when you put this one into the latter, you will get bonus fire damage and critical chance, and then level it up. So, you can do some wacky things. It's like, literally, if you can make this cursed weapon, possessed weapon, right now, we could technically keep this with us till the end of the game, simply by, like, whenever we get a new possessed weapon. This is level 3, this is going to get outscaled pretty quickly. So by the end of the next dungeon, we may not be using this. You go through weapons quite quickly in this game. If we play our cards right, like, we will be using, like, we will be passing on this fire damage and crit chance stat potentially for the rest of the game. Which is one thing I really love about playthroughs. The thing which makes different playthroughs unique to me for this game is possessed weapons. It's not even like what skills or whatever you get, it's weapons.
Horsemen! The fire of the mountain flows again.
Yes, freed by my hand. And Khan's.
Karn? That pup? He hasn't a clue. And yet, the forge burns once more. You know what awaits you, Ryder. To finish this, you must restore the tears.
I'm not your errand boy, Maker.
Aye, but our fates are now yoked. Help us, and we will help you. In the meantime, take this. It might be of use.
Death doesn't... I don't think he has much of a character arc in this game, but again, you don't need a character to have a character arc. Anyone that says a character needs to have an arc is fucking lying. So you don't need it. It depends on what the purpose the character has. Like Master Chief in Halo 1, 2, and 3 does not have an arc. Because he's a self-insert for a protagonist, for a player. Death kind of is the same. So he doesn't have much of an arc, but he does have a
belongs to my
compelling
brother's strife.
personality.
How
That's
came it
important
here?
arc.
I cannot
If you don't
say,
have an arc,
but
you need
there
to
are
have a
other
compelling
goods you may
personality
barter
for
for
yourself.
now as well. Restore the tears, then return to me. Browse around.
Also,
We have
like,
new
buying...
items.
This is way overpriced. Money in this game is not coming in 2 times. Good down to piercing damage on. Sure, just even more piercing damage. Oh, we can already get harvest. Harvest by the end of the game you really use these for utilities rather than raw damage. Or it depends on your build. But I certainly use them more for utility than for the actual damage of them. Right here, this is the utility of Harvest for Reaper Energy. Now the utility of Teleport Slash is for healing and to slow, and to bonus wrath generation. Oh, we can get Aegisgar now. Great. Do we wanna... We could just take Aegisgar to level 3 right now. Aegisgar is crazy. As you can see, that doubles its effectiveness for level 2. Aegisgar is just crazy powerful. This is so massive later on in the game. Not to mention, of course, right here, 20 arcanes. It even gives you a damage boost on top of it later on. But honestly, yeah, fuck it. We're never going to take Aegisgard off, so yeah, fuck it. An extra 124 defense. Right now we have 144, so it doubles our defense. If we put that on. Have we... I'm an idiot. I forget. Right. I always time that's a circle. What button was that I pressed? Down on the D-pad. Yeah. The thing is, you do use redemption in battle. I mean, we have nothing else right now, so Sure. Right, it's a triangle. But later on in the game, I would not tie redemption to any of these quick slots. The main use of redemption is not for dealing damage, it's for generating wealth. So do not empty redemption's barrel. Always leave one bullet left, because then they regenerate. Again. It's a really hard habit, but it works. This is just really satisfying. This has no practical combat applications, but it's just really satisfying. And allows you to speedrun the game, so. I think I actively regret getting this ability often, because it can make you do the wrong move. What weapon type is this for? I can't tell. This is for fists. Hellraiser. Oh, this is really cool. I like this move. This is the one thing I use fists for. It's just cool. Oh, the whirlwind combo. Okay, we're saving up for that. Okay, that slam attack is also good. I remember which move that is. Now I'm going to have a funny story to tell in a moment. A very embarrassing story. Very embarrassing. And when I say in a moment, I actually probably like 10 minutes. Best part. Don't need to talk to Khan.
Tried to seal in the corruption, but no good came of it.
What is mordant?
Mordant dew is the venom those stingers get you with, if you let them too close. If you're really going, for instance, should a bit of armor turn up, if you can find it, I'll be in your debt.
I found that...
You're a good man. Much more so than your name would imply. Run along, Ryder. I'll rest a bit.
Why my spider sense is going off? Right, these guys, Prowlers, later game versions of this guy are really fucking dangerous. fairly useful guns. Look how much damage that does. Literally fucking nothing. A good strategy is to use Teleport Slash. Once you get the Wrath Generation upgrade, use Teleport Slash and then actions. Now this is an optional dungeon right here. I don't know if we can access it yet. I do intend to do the DLCs at some point. I just don't remember like what point I should do them at. Let's see if I can go inside. Actually, what was the quest he gave us? Revengeful. The Shattered Forge here. Yeah, this is an optional dungeon. There's something. So there's some reason to go in here. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's food. The entire point of this dungeon, I think, is to get to the center chest there. If there's a body of water, there's a boatman's coin hidden in it. Yep. Almost like every single one again. I'm not joking. Pretty sure every single body of water in the game has something hidden in it. The place is quite corrupted. The game hasn't told me to fuck off yet, so I'm gonna think I can go through here. Which means that embarrassing story I have to tell is getting pushed further into the future. Always tell if it's going to be a map or a key, just based on where the chest is placed. Keys are generally more grandiose, like the maps just in the corner. One problem we have with Aegis card right now, really, is just the fact it doesn't last super long, 8 seconds. Of course, the later upgrade will fix that and extend it by, I don't remember if it's at least 3 seconds. I don't remember if it goes up. But latter upgrades extend its duration and make it cost less wrath, which is good. So it's just 50 fall down. You're teasing me, Reese. You're not giving me the fucking bomb. Where's the bomb? I actually don't remember this dungeon much, so... Uh-oh. Don't tell me I need Death Grip to proceed. That'd be very unfortunate. Oh dear, I think I need Death Grip to proceed. But anyway... Okay, never mind. Fine. I thought I saw a stone bite. I really wonder what viewing experience is for my streams, but I just spoil. Ah, fuck. Wait, that would require Death Grip then. Unless. There you go. Right, and there was another spot, wasn't there? Now, if you have Death Grip, this isn't nearly as problematic with Death Grip. You can just pull it off the wall whenever. As I was saying, I wonder what the viewing experience really is like for my streams, because I just spoil the rest of the game. Like, anyone watching this right now would be confused as fuck over what Death Grip is. I think there's a timer on you. Right, we've retrieved the Omega Blades. I don't remember these, so they're probably not all that important. Special ability Omega Fire. What does Omega Fire do? I don't know. Each strike causes opponents to erupt into flames, and these flames will spread to nearby enemies. So there you go, it deals fire damage and it spreads to nearby enemies. That ruins my plan. And as I think part of what I said about how you can solve puzzles in ways you're not supposed to. So you can, using Death Grip, you can get those orbs to places you are not supposed to be able to. And then by getting those orbs to places you're not supposed to, you can solve puzzles in unique ways. I think you can even use them in combat sometimes. Then I don't think they're ever placed in combat arenas, but yeah, if you pay your cards right, you can get them in there. They're pretty damn good, actually, I think. Oh boy. That's alright. Pretty good. Remember how first Dog We 4 gave us so much problems? And we almost died? We were already taken down like that. Now, I believe treasure chests do scale their loot on your level, so it could be argued by doing this level this early on in the game, I'm just wasting loot. Which would be a fair thing to say, quite frankly. I'll stick to this for the defense utility. And now we can just level this. There you go. It's no extra fire or critical chance this time, but now we can pick either more damage. Now strength will also boost the damage of our secondary as well. Or we can go for more magic damage, or we can go for more defense, or we can go for more crit damage. Crit damage and crit chance would be pretty damn good to have on the same weapon if we were later on into a game. But these stats just aren't very good, are they? For that, I'm probably just going to go for defense. Still not max level. We can go even further. So we should immediately just put defense into there. Also, let's go at... There you go. So we have defense and critical damage right there. So yeah, we can get crit damage, but I mean, it's not going to be very optimal. Well, it will be optimal, but like it's still going to get outscaled fairly soon. See what I mean about the Khan becoming a regular enemy? Also, that's how much damage he deals with Aegis Guard on. Reaper Form. Holy shit, we unlocked Reaper Form already? I thought it was way later in the game. Oh, these enemies. Oh, so I didn't realise these enemies showed up this early. But it's just a stronger version of what we really thought, pretty much. Strong in about every way. Faster, more damage, more health. That's some bullshit. Okay, so that gives us Wrath, and I believe what that means is just increases our maximum Wrath. Quite pointless. I've never really found much of use for that. I mean, it's better than nothing, but... Also, if I remember correctly, maximum health buffs also aren't all that great. Or are we cracked? I don't remember. All I know is maximum wrath is not all that crazy. whole point of games is that you just want always constantly barreling back and forth between full-on wrath and zero wrath. I mean, we already have Reaper form. Reaper form before Drench form. That feels crazy. Pretty sure there's also a couple puzzles where, like, if you just aim your gun purposely, the devs had a little oversight where, like, say right here, I could just, like, shoot, like, right there or something, and it would detonate a bomb. Which I'm not supposed to be able to do. I think there's, like, 1 or 2 places in the game where you can do that. There's a bomb. There's no way to get off it. Also, something you can do is you can throw your scythe through and trigger them. But I don't know if that's ever able to be exploited. Oh, fuck, where am I? Have I been down here before? Am I supposed to come down here? I don't think I've been down here before. Ah. And personally, it triggers me if I don't destroy every single last crystal of corruption, which I've already failed at. I have to learn to live with it. It probably is a little bit of a waste of just loot to get all this early on in the game. I mean, this possessed weapon is going to help us massively with the next dungeon. So each dungeon is noticeably more difficult than the last, really, in the game. It will get difficult pretty quick. I absolutely want to do a 100 levels run of a Crucible at some point, because I've never done that on mine. I want to show I can do it. Man, the first time I fucking did that, I was 8 years old. It's pretty fucking crazy to think about. For an 8-year-old, is that impressive? Do 100 waves of a Crucible, back to back to back. Get the special hammer weapon as a reward for it. If I'm correct, it's not even that good of a weapon by that point. No fucking way. Oh my god, we're already fighting you? We are not supposed to fight this enemy yet. Yeah, we're not meant to meet sentinels until way later on. Alright, so by coming here this early, we're really shaking up the progression of the game. You're not meant to meet those guys until one of the last dungeons of this region. Not until the Nook. You're not supposed to meet those guys until the Whirlpool, the dungeon up by the Whirlpool, up there. You're not supposed to meet them until that dungeon. I did not remember this. That's how I met with my first playthrough. I did not do this dungeon at this point. Is that gone? Alright, it's time. Reaper mode. We are now immortal and we do more damage. It's literally just one mode. It's cool. As we level up and progress through the game, Reaper mode lasts longer, I think. Downside of Reaper mode is you can't really use any special perks or anything. As you lose like any possessed weapon traits. It's like if you had lifesteal, you don't anymore. It's just for if you're in a pinch and you're about to die and do some damage. It also takes a while to regenerate. There's a circle in the upper left. Because that's what we use Harvest for. Is there even a story explanation for why these dungeons like exist like this? Why these doors are locked and these keys are placed on them? I'm not sure if there is. Splinter Book.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a quest item. Return this to Valus. Interesting. Right, I think we've come to the dungeon. So there you go. There's that dungeon complete. I keep forgetting how to actually control a map. Do we have 10 grand? Yes, we do. Give me that. So what was it? Obviously, this combo comes in massive. Like, it's huge. Literally, it's huge. And it looks fucking awesome.
Oh, it's you, horseman.
Valus doesn't seem so impressed.
Aye, he mourns the loss of his friend.
Valus had a friend?
Och, aye, his great hammer, Splinterbone. It felled many a giant. But Valus lost it in a dungeon west of here, and it weighs heavy upon him. If you can find Splinterbone and mayhaps the forging of a proper weapon.
Then I claim my reward.
Maker's blood! You've already found it! Death, I don't know what to say. My brother thanks you. It's been too long since his friend was
I'm pretty sure what
absent.
happens is if you don't complete the dungeon and you come back here
Such as the
later,
world has
then you
never
get the
seen.
quest there. But if
I
you
leave
do the
it to
dungeon
your
now,
work,
then you get the
Valus.
dialogue.
Should you come this way again, you may find items of even greater power. Browse around. We have new items.
I don't know if they actually sell anything better. You just get a little bit of XP from that. Alright, back to our... Oh. No, it's nothing really of interest here. Not interested in getting Harvest until we can get Red Harvest. But we can maybe improve our healing. correct in thinking that was it's more defense and resistance than before? Yeah, the game never really tells you this, but I'm pretty sure all the numbers on these, the damage numbers at least, just passively go up. Oh shit, we're about to unlock a bunch of side quests. This fucking thing refreshes every time. It does get slightly annoying.
I can't equip that.
Really subvert all the challenge of this section by just holding down that trigger, can't you? For a while. Right. That's a little funny little entertainment encounter. Now time for the embarrassing story. My first playthrough of this game, I never went over here. I never noticed this icon on my map. I never encountered this cutscene.
Hello, Fleshly.
Which means I never unlocked this quest, which is quite possibly the single most impactful side quest in the game.
Rather what?
My name is Blackroot, and I am hungry.
If you don't interact with this guy, you miss out on an entire game.
Only the finest stones.
Which was me.
I have ways
in my first
of
playthrough this game.
such
I was like,
morsels, but it has been
I just
centuries
didn't talk to this guy.
since any
Oh, is it?
were in reach.
How the
I must wait here for my master. I will starve if someone doesn't help me.
Your people stand on the brink of destruction, and you ask me to feed you?
If it isn't too much trouble, take this. It will guide the stone.
Ghost. So what that means, we now need to backtrack. Not now, but later. At some of the places where we need to go, we'll be going back to anyway, so... this is a good farming spot, even up till the end of the game. Farming the stalkers here, so they level up later on. So they remain a viable farmers now for the entire game, basically. And let's possess the zombies. Told you. I told you it wasn't going to last very long. If you take a look at that, you can see health on execute as a baseline stat. Not great. I mean, we love health, but yeah. Damage-wise, it's not as impressive yet, but that's because it's underleveled in comparison. So what to do with this? As you can see, that would immediately just take its level up. So we could just throw it in and immediately get the fire damage, which would be nice. But then we lose the crit chance, so I don't know. Defense is not hard to get, so right now is still better damage, so we'll keep it. Can outright farm these guys. They respawn, I think, every time you come back. And I'm pretty sure they always drop something. Sometimes it's possessed weapon, sometimes it's a trash piece of yeah, later on these enemies become actually problems, so I love doing that, like, I call that little air stall. So if you hit them in the air with the gun, then it slows down their fall, and that actually allows you to extend your combo, as well as get free damage and free rounds. But it's dangerous if there's other enemies around, of course. Love fun. Over in just a moment. Oh, fuck, we're doing way too much damage. Last one. Just kick my ass. That's good. Okay. wait a second. Nothing's getting you. That's how it works. So Stone of Mystics is magic related. So there's a Stone of Mystics, a Stone of Power, and a Stone of Resistance. When you hand them over to him, you combine them in any combo of 3 and you get a stat boost based on that. A permanent stat boost. So if you choose Arcane, if you put 3 Mystic in, you get Arcane, so you get more magic damage, or just magic strength, to be more precise. If you put 3 resistance in, I think you get defense. If you put 2 resistance and 1 mystic, then I think you get arcane defense. I'll have to Google combinations. See, obviously, there's a lot of them. There's 3 slots and 3 different stones. What's the math for them? Is it 3 to a power of 3? So if so, that's 27. I don't think it's 27 combinations. But I don't remember how the maths works. So. There's a lot of combinations. And that, I believe it carries over through New Game Plus. So you can just stack your stats if you could. So I heard there might be a similar mechanic in Elden Ring. Fucking hitboxes. A little bit curious as to why this is a pickup rather than a delayed destination. Pretty sure the game does actually use the 2 different types of these interchangeably for no reason, which can be a little bit gaslighting. Pretty mean. Could have sworn there's a way to get out there without Death Grip. Doesn't matter where Volgrim is, he just always sells the same things. How many Bowman coins do you get over the whole course of the game? I don't remember. It's quite a lot, obviously. We're already at 15. Which is almost enough to buy just buy a possessed weapon from it. I really like the idea of like an NPC which sells loot boxes of a limited quantity, because again, there's only so many boatman coins in a game like this. Again, it makes every playthrough different. That's another set of possessed size. Alright. And those ones are stronger than the ones we currently have. Right here, we can only get through here if we have the portal gun. This, however... Is it possible? It might be possible to get that thing from all the way over there to here. It might be possible. It's not intended, but again, it might be possible. fuck it, let's try it. I love doing shit like that. Again, Death has a good arm. He can throw shit far. We can throw it from there onto this bridge, and then from that bridge to over there, maybe. I want to try it. Where'd he go? Game, you can't do that to me. For real. So disappointing. They really thought of it. But no, I should be able to do that. You should let me do that. Here's Oran. Oh.
Something's missing.
Yeah, something is missing. Yeah, we can't do this quest yet. Later. I think right after Adventure. Now up here there's a... I don't remember if this is a dungeon or just a tiny little room. Regardless, we cannot loot it fully now, and we won't be able to until much later in the game. It's just a little room, right? So it's a free chest here. Two free chests here. There's also a stone, right? Of power. Okay, yes, we can't even attempt this puzzle yet. We cannot do anything here. Interestingly, it's not a chest up there. What is that? Is that a Book of the Dead page? Yes, it is. The Book of the Dead pages are not tied to regions, which is something I learned the hard way. I just assumed that like each region had one chapter in it. I don't think so. I don't remember that quite. I'm pretty sure you can complete your first chapter before you leave this region. I'm pretty sure by the end of the game, how many chapters are there? I think by the end of the game it's at least 4. Of course, since the latter regions are smaller and shorter, I think they have less. Right, this is a drench fort. This will be longer than told. I would like to finish this dungeon tonight, but I don't know if I will be able to. This is actually the first, like, actually, you could actually call this a dungeon. The last one was just a tutorial. This one, though, is actually long enough to be called a dungeon. thing is, I don't want to sacrifice these possessed scythes yet, just because. Again, I don't want to lose both for fire damage and the critical chance. If we can get one of those stats onto this beforehand, that'd be great. Execution chance. We do have health and execute. Oh, we don't get the health and execute base. Oh, that sucks. But it's 8%. I don't know how this works, quite frankly. 32 defense is pretty tempting. But I'll go for 8% execution chance. So this still has guaranteed 66 damage. So this is actually 66 damage to 74. Just does have slightly more damage now, though it doesn't have a fire dot, and it doesn't have a defense, and it doesn't have a bonus crit. But it does have execution chance. Oh yeah, despite my many playthroughs of this game, I still do not know how execution chance works. I assume the way, if I have to guess, you get a chance for an execution every time you like stagger an enemy, and then it just runs your execution chance. Go. Welcome to a drench fort. Now that we've unlocked a quest, now future dungeons will have stones in them. A lot. The latter dungeons of the game, if I remember correctly, have a lot of stone bites hidden in them. So from now on, we've really got to keep our eyes on these here. Stone bites aren't super crazy, but they do add up. I mean, they're literally just 3 permanent stat buffs. For 1 second of pointing and shooting. Obviously, this dungeon is kind of big. Right now. The boss again this dungeon is pretty fun. Birmingham. feel like some people may not like how your items can be outscaled very quickly in this game. I can see that. A powerful point of the game is that you're always having to deal with a loot system. Always. So to encourage that, pretty much every single level up gives a notable damage increase over the previous level. I do think it gets diluted later on in the game. But if I remember correctly, right now we're at 59 to 67 damage. If I remember correctly, a level 20 weapon is like 200 damage. At base. I might be losing my mind. But regardless, the numbers don't go as high as you probably think they are. It does slow down, I think. But later on in the game, though the raw damage numbers and stuff like this starts to scale slower. But I think I might be losing my mind. We do find that you start getting 10 fucking stats on every piece of armor it drops. I thought it was purple size or blue size for a moment. It's been fucking funny. We've gotten how many possessed items now? 2? 3? So we've gotten 3 possessed sides in a row. First of all, no possessed secondaries yet, and we still haven't seen a purple either. No purples yet. I think Destiny tends to take credit for the whole white is common, green is uncommon, blue is rare, purple is very rare, and then yellow is exotic thing. The Division has a very similar one, but instead of exotic they have high end, which is orange. That's orange. Darksiders did it before them. I don't know if another game did it before Darksiders, but Darksiders did it first. Here's an exotic, which is yellow. Here's a high-end, which is orange. Isn't that funny? I'm not going to claim Darksiders codified it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I do not credit those kind of rarities. I maybe credit Destiny for popularizing it. I think Exotic was a very clever, and Exotic and Legendary were very clever rarity names. I think, especially like Exotic. Exotic was always great. Not anymore. Exotic, the name Exotic is meaningless now because Exotics are no longer exotic. But the whole point was that they were fucking rare. Now they're not. Now you get them for reaching level 30 on the seasonal pass. Or on the battle pass, I mean. Or for buying it outright. Literally, you can just pay for an exotic now. How crazy is that? Yeah, it's fucking stupid, Bungie. I'm glad Destiny's dying. A lot of Destiny shooters are jumping ship, I think. It makes me happy. If we wanted to right now, we could increase our magic damage. I think. We'll just... Oh, it probably makes crit chance. Oh, hello. 3 magic stones plus his strength. He makes crit chance. Magic crit chance. I'm feeling a little bit tired. Like, I'm yawning a lot, but I want to finish this stuff. Even though we just started it, but it's not that long. We have to do this on this side, and then do it again on the other side, and then there's a boss. People that Breath of the Wild didn't scratch your dungeon crawling itch. Darksiders will be great for you. You know that was a common complaint with Breath of the Wild? It's definitely a complaint I had. To me, Breath of the Wild very much felt like a Jack of all trades, master of none game, kind of. Like, what I say about Breath of the Wild consistently is that I enjoyed I was consistently not bored. It's the most not bored I've ever been playing yet. That's how I describe my experience with Breath of the Wild. I was never bored, but I was never particularly motivated. Bullshit hitbox. Psych. Frost damage. Can we get frost damage and fire damage on the same weapon? I don't remember. Honestly, that's surprisingly missed that one. The lighting keeps making me think of blue.
I can't use that yet.
Oh, like frost damage could go hard. We can't put guilt found on. There are some like restrictions on like what stats you can get sometimes. Okay, you cannot get fire and frost at the same time. There you go. That is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm pretty sure frost also deals damage over time. Because we can sacrifice this now. Yep. Bye-bye, Crescent Rose. You did as well. We do not care for guilt found. Oh, we do not care for arcane critical damage. Okay, do we want defense or do we want critical chance? Critical chance, and then our last upgrade we will get defense, I suppose. There you go. It's already in the pool. Right, so that's already a damage boost. So we were at 300. We got basically a third DPS increase from this. So now we're running a good bit more damage. Our damage is increased by like a third or half. We've got more crit chance, and we now have execution chance. So yeah, this is a direct upgrade to what we had before, basically. Pretty sure weapon we get at the end of this dungeon only unlocks when you're at level 12 for perspective. Or something like that. It's a surprisingly high level. Because every element has like a status effect associated with it. The game never gives you like a status chance indicator. Drench 4 is really where the game starts implementing some funnier entertainment mechanics. Like this. I love this puzzle. There you go. Wonderful. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yes, I am. was going to say we can now buy a possessed weapon, but we can't. Which is money.
Impossible. I can't equip that.
Always check inside the box. Games are some fucking nefarious shit. Vengeful fucking love these guys. Look at those chunky numbers we're already getting. Now a game gives you a bomb here to blow that up, but we already did that. So there's one example of that going on. Alright. So we're now like a third of the way through dungeon? A quarter? Now you get to do with fun time. Beautiful water.
Huh?